based on what I've heard from Prabhupada and the Anumana Pratyaksha I've seen, to me it seems there's reasonable cause to suspect that Prabhupada was criminally poisoned. I'd like that view is at least respected. I'm not saying everyone needs to agree with it, or everyone who hears from Prabhupada, they'll come to my same conclusion, but I'd like that at least that point of view, based primarily on Prabhupada's Smriti Praman, is at least honored and respected and accepted amongst the diversity of reasonable points of view. I would love that.
Yeah, and for me, I'm like, maybe it happened. Like my son said, if someone had the means and the motive, you can't rule it out. And given that Srila Prabhupada has not ruled it out and has ruled it in as a possibility, anyone who's out here, this is me saying, based on the logic of that, anyone who's out here saying that it absolutely could not happen is either like philosophically deviant, without knowing, because they've possibly internalized this consequentialist argument about shut it down so that it doesn't interfere with what's happening, or they are and in either case they're either consciously or unconsciously potentially, according to Srila Prabhupada's statement, an accessory after the fact.
Yeah, that's a heavy statement, and I do regard it as a valid statement, as I shared earlier in our conversation. Even before I was inclined to believe that there's reasonable cause to suspect that Prabhupada was criminally poisoned, the idea it couldn't have happened because Prabhupada's a pure devotee or like that seemed outside. It's deviant to basic Vaishnava philosophy.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to say to conclude, Prabhu? Let me put your website up here so people. Well, it's not your website; it's a website that you contributed to and founded.
It's very dear to me, that website. I was a founding director. I appreciate this conversation. I feel relieved and very inspired by the opportunity for such open, honest conversation where I need to look at my assumptions, and you're honestly assessing things with a spirit of discovery. This is so life enriching and inspirational.